What's up, guys? Gun here. It's time to discuss some running backs for the week. Reminder, you guys can be part of the VIP crew, the sub club at rundfs.com. Jump over to rundfs.com, make yourself an account. Go to VIP passes, man. Support the content here, support the stream, support rundfs.com. Get yourself a week pass, try it out. 2-week pass, month pass, all that good stuff over at rundfs.com. That's going to come with full spreadsheet access, a lot of sortable, convenient, easy to read stats, my own personal game notes, my own personal game or player pool, and then, of course, full 24/7 access to the rundfs.com VIP Discord. This Saturday night, we will have, and every Saturday night, a open voice chat. You guys can grab a mic, jump in there, talk some plays with us, hang out. We're all making lineups. We're all carving our own little strategy. Or you can just listen in. Grab a pair of headphones, listen in. Full access to the Discord and VIP. It's not just for NFL. You're going to get all the baseball coverage and any other sport that's in season, such as NBA, that I cover. And then, of course, you'll have full access to all the different chats that they're going through. Those cats are grinding soccer, tennis, NASCAR, golf, all that good stuff. So if you want to submerge yourself, plant yourself in a community of DFS players of all makes and sizes, different bankrolls, high rollers, low rollers, micro grinders, mid-stake grinders. There's something for everyone. If you're balling on a budget, man, we're here for you as well. So go check that out. Come be part of the VIP crew. Let's talk about running backs. Like I did in the quarterback video, I'm going to talk about 3 guys that I'm really watching as this week progresses. Again, I'm not going to say, hey, play Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey. You're grown men and women. You guys know those guys have upside. Those guys can break a slate. They're absolutely beast of players. I'm going to talk about 3 mid-tier guys that I'm keeping an eye on. So we'll get cranked up here. Minnesota Vikings, Dalvin Cook. Atlanta Falcons at the Minnesota Vikings. The Falcons, of course, a dome team on the road playing in a dome. So that's fun. If you're a Matt Ryan outside believer or non-believer, I do think that's a curious case for that matchup. I think that game is going to be fun. But the Minnesota Vikings are looking like a team that wants to run the ball, and when they're done running the ball, they want to run the ball some more. And right now they got a healthy Dalvin Cook, and what they don't have is Latavius Murray to hopefully vulture as he went over to New Orleans. So this looks like as great of an opportunity as Dalvin Cook's going to get to be a feature back for the Vikings, and the volume should be there. Now, there's several different ways I can see this game playing out. Julio Jones is a monster. I think Devontae Freeman, we look at 2015, 2016, that guy was an absolutely out of this world fantasy play. And now Tevin Coleman's gone, and so much like Cook, Freeman has an opportunity to be the guy there, and they can open up a defense and make things happen. But I'd like to believe that the Vikings at home defensively will figure this out. They've been a really, really good home defense 2 seasons ago, and last season we saw glimmers of hope, and I think they're going to figure it out. With that said, it definitely looks like the philosophy of the Vikings is to be a run-heavy team, which spooks me a little bit on Adam Thielen and maybe Stephon Diggs to an extent. But I'm definitely very encouraged with Dalvin Cook. If you guys are unfamiliar with Dalvin Cook, he's a pretty elusive, tackle-breaking type of running back. And I think if you've watched him in the preseason or if you just watched his film from years past, I'm very, very, very excited to see what he can do with maybe 20 carries, right? 20 opportunities to break one. In addition to that, last season, the Atlanta Falcons were the team that basically flow-charted your way into playing any pass-catching running back against them. We go to the DVOA against receiver tab in the spreadsheet. The DVOA, by the way, a free defensive metric from Football Outsiders. You guys should certainly be using them for your research. Check this out. Falcons allowed over 60 yards per game to running backs, which was huge. Now, I will say the Falcons had a lot of injuries last year on that defense, and it's very, very reasonable to believe that they're going to be better this year. But man, this volume, this price at Dalvin Cook, and the potential to maybe get 5+ targets in the backfield, I'm very excited to see what he can do here, especially a couple chances to catch and shoot. So I think Dalvin Cook is somebody I'm more on now because he's only 6K. I definitely think he could be a 7K, 8K running back in a couple weeks. So I definitely want to spotlight him early and take advantage of those savings early. And I think you're going to hear a lot of other DFS media and publications kind of warming up to him and him being a sweetheart as well. But I love it, and that's why. Next up, let's talk about Chris Carson of the Seattle Seahawks. So Cincinnati Bengals, I touched on this in the quarterback video. Pricing for this game, especially Seattle and Cincinnati, there's a couple games that really, really shook up. I think the Colts at the Chargers is probably the most dramatic shakeup, with Andrew Luck going down and a couple injuries on defense for either team. But Cincinnati at Seattle becomes a potential smash spot here for Seattle in terms of controlling this game. First of all, let's talk about the spread. If we go to the Vegas odds here and pull up Seattle. Seattle is a 9.5 home favorite with a 43.5 game total. This usually, for me, screams defense. Now, it's hard to love this Seattle's defense, but I definitely think there's merit in playing them. And this screams, whoa, we have almost a 10-point home favorite. Who is the running back? Well, the running back is 5.7K Chris Carson, who should be the workhorse or the leader of this backfield. Last year, rushed for over 1,100 yards, had 9 touchdowns, averaged 15.2 fantasy points per game. I'm very ecstatic here. If we go to the defense versus position chart in the RunDFS.com VIP spreadsheet, check this out. Cincinnati Bengals allowed the 4th most rushing yards in the league last season, 14 touchdowns. And then if we go to the run-pass ratio tab, you'll find that Seattle Seahawks by far led the league in run percentage. 55.6% of their plays last season were running plays. That's actually crazy. 33 attempts per game. So big time opportunity here. Even if Chris Carson gets a little vultured from Penny and guys like that, I'm still encouraged to take some shots on him in tournaments, because I just think the spread there, if we trust Vegas here, it has a built-in touchdown and a shot at 100 yards. So 5,700 for Chris Carson, yeah, I'll be in on that. Lastly, speaking of sizable favorites, let's talk about Mark Ingram leaving the New Orleans Saints to now lead the backfield of the Baltimore Ravens. This backfield not as cluttered as we've seen in years past, and it looks like Mark Ingram is at the top of the depth chart, and he'll only be sharing with one other guy right now. Let's talk about why I like him. First of all, Vegas total for this game, Ravens at Miami, -4 to -7, depending on where you look. -6.5. It's all over the place. I think -6.5 to even greater is going to be kind of where it shakes out, and the total is just 37.5. So a sizable spread at low total usually means, hey, you're running the run game's going to be strong here. The Baltimore Ravens, if we talk about this run pass ratio that we saw for the Seattle Seahawks, they run the ball 49.6% of the times with 34 rushing attempts per game. Now that's going to level out a little bit higher because Lamar Jackson is such a run heavy quarterback, but just game theory alone, man, a team that's going to play with the lead here, maybe second half, run the ball a lot, is in a great spot. And now let's talk about that Dolphins defense. Last season, Dolphins defense allowed 1,843 rushing yards, 15 touchdowns, and they didn't get better, right? They just traded away Laramie Tunzel, so definitely... and with their offensive line being as paper thin as it is right now, definitely seems like the Ravens could get the ball in positive field position. I just think it's a great spot for Mark Ingram. If Ingram could sniff 20 touches here, 20 carries, I'm in it. Even if Ingram, I'm not expecting him to get a whole bunch of targets here, but we know that he can catch the ball, right? We've seen Brees toss him the ball a few times in a game, so maybe even a couple of PPR checkdowns. But I'm playing Ingram for the North-South here, and hopefully 17 plus carries, maybe 20 carries here. If game script really, really goes their way. Now, I did like Lamar Jackson in the quarterback video, so I'm definitely seeing a couple of range of outcomes here, and I don't think they have to be mutually exclusive. Playing quarterback, running back, not always a great correlation, usually not, but a couple mobile quarterbacks I don't mind handcuffing to some running backs. But that's more so the pass catching running backs, the Cam Newton to Christian McCaffrey, stuff like that. Anyway, those are 3 guys I'm looking at early on. Be sure to leave a comment with the question, comments, and concerns, questions that you guys have for me regarding any running back on the slate. Comments, guys that you like, or maybe some guys I mentioned you don't like. Let me know why. We're all in this together. It's a team mentality right here at this channel. And then concerns or questions, if you concerns, if you have any concerns about some of these games or some of these plays going throughout the week, let me know. I'll be glad to chop it up. I'm kind of making a goal to make a video on released on Friday where I go collect most of, if not all of, the questions, comments, concerns, really the questions on these videos today, and hopefully answer and update my position on them on Friday. So if you guys want to be part of that, just leave a comment below. Talking about some plays, man. I'm super, super stoked for NFL, man. But that's it for my running back video here. We're going to do a couple more of these videos, receivers, tight ends, defense coming up. So I'll see you in the next video. Love you guys. Good luck. God bless. Go win some money.